All right, what's up, everybody? So now let's talk about playing video games in China. Can you play video games in China? Of course you can, but let's talk about it and see how we can actually do it. Before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. What I'm going to do, I said this was going to be a 4-part video, but I'm going to add the final 2 into this video. The music and books, because look, y'all are not watching the last 2 videos, so I'm not finna make a 4-part video. So I'm gonna just add those last 2 into the video game. So let's talk about video games. Now, let's say you're moving, you have a PS5 or an Xbox, you wanna bring it to China. You can bring it, not a problem. You just need the different adapter for the plugs. Now, let's say you're in China already and you want to buy the PS5. Can you do it? Yes, you can. The prices, from my understanding, I think are actually cheaper. Like, we know the PlayStation prices have spiked up now, assholes, but I've seen the base fat PS5 at the same prices or cheaper than they were previous. So you can get that here, but we'll talk about prices. That's for another topic that I'm not going to talk about. But let's say you buy a PS5 here. You can buy a PS5 here. There are plenty of stores, sellers, etc. that has it. Under no circumstance, get a Chinese version PlayStation. Do not, or anything, do not get a Chinese version. So if you're buying a PS5 here, do not get a Chinese version at all. Avoid that under any circumstance. The reason being is because we know China, with this censorship, they censor a lot of things. So you're not able to really fully utilize the PlayStation network. Not to mention, a lot of stuff is blocked, it's region blocked. And to even use it, you need a Chinese ID. So when you don't have a Chinese ID. So when you're buying a PlayStation or an Xbox, whatever, avoid the Chinese version at all costs. Avoid it, do not get it. What you need to get is a Japanese version or a Hong Kong version or international version or whatever. Any version except the Chinese version. And they have those. You can always get them. When you're getting a PS5 or whatever, you can just make sure, hey, I want Hong Kong, Japanese, international, whatever. Get that. Now, if you so happen to get a Chinese version, there's still hope. What you can do is you can have the store actually unlock it for you. They can actually do that. As a matter of fact, when I first bought my PS5, mine was actually a Chinese version, but I went to the store called Huangshan Bay. And what they did was they just unlocked it because I already have a PlayStation Network account. So make sure you get that. And also, the PlayStation Network works fine in China. Not a problem at all. Now, as far as buying games, you can get the physical games. A lot of stores have physical copies of games. They work well, normal, not a problem at all. But keep in mind, some games don't make it here. Madden, for example. Madden they don't really come here. I mean, NBA 2K does, WWE 2K does, GTA, Astrobot, all the stuff. But Madden, for some reason, doesn't come. Madden and MLB The Show. I mean, they both suck anyway, so they don't need to come. But let's say you want a physical game, you can get it. Now, from my experience, some physical games cost more, some are cheaper. It just depends. It's not like a set price like in the US, $70, set price, boom, for the AAA games. Here in China, they kind of vary. They can be $72, $73, or $65. They just range. And also the older games, much cheaper, you can get that. Or if you want digital, that's fine. You can purchase digital. You don't need a VPN for that. Just make sure you have your regular Western debit card or PayPal or whatever. Or what you can do is you can buy the game codes here. You can buy game codes here and use that to purchase a digital game. And you can do that, not a problem at all. Now, most of the time you can play your game online. If you're an online gamer, you can play, not a problem. But there are some games like Call of Duty, for example. The last time I tried to play, it wouldn't let me play. What you need is a UU box. A UU box is basically a box that's designed for online gaming. It's like the VPN of gaming, and it also speeds up the internet. So if you're really heavy into online gaming, I would recommend getting a UU box, or what I have, a VPN router. VPN router, obviously VPN all over the place. So that's for like the online gaming. But even if you don't have any of those, you can still play games online. You can still use your PlayStation Network. You can still purchase games. There's no blockage or censorship on that. Thank God. None of that. You can also buy a bunch of modded and pirated games. I mean, if you want the old school Nintendo or the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation 1, or you want just a little box with a bunch of games on it, you can get that. As a matter of fact, I got something to show y'all. Look what I got right here. See? This right here, let me show y'all this bad boy. My friend got me this for my birthday. For my birthday last year. See right here? It has a bunch of stuff. PSP, blah, 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 blah. So you can, have a collection of all that. Like, it's so many of them. All right, so look right here, the N64 right here. All right, and we have just a ton of these games. There's so many you can buy in China. Like there's like a gajillion of these in China, like a bunch of them. I mean, you can get all that stuff. You can even get like the console, and it's just a bunch of modded games, and they're really cheap. You can get all that. So that's another perk I like. You can just get a bunch of that. Now, as far as like Steam and PlayStation Portal and things like that, I'm not a Steam guy. I don't know much about Steam, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to tell you. But I do believe Steam does work here. But I also heard that like the Steam community, Reddit thread or what, I don't know, the Steam community is banning the VPN. Obviously, Steam being a PC-ish, you can get a VPN. But what I was reading prior to making this video, I heard that they'll ban your account if you use a VPN. So I don't know. I'm gonna just be honest. That's something you're gonna have to look up because I'm not a Steam guy. Also, PlayStation Portal. I was very against the PlayStation Portal. I made a video on it a long time ago, and the comment thread ripped me apart. But the PlayStation Portal, it does work here, but you got to make sure you have fast internet for it. And then when you're out and about, I mean, it can be wary. So keep that in mind. But if you're a guy or girl and gaming is your thing, like you're really heavy into online gaming, you need to make sure you get the UU box and as well as the highest speed internet. Also, if you are someone that streams, you're going to need a VPN router because Twitch and all that stuff is banned here. And you're really going to need a VPN router because I do live stream, for work, and we have a VPN router. So you're going to need a VPN router if you're trying to Twitch and do stream and all this stuff. Like I said, I'm not a Twitch or anything like that, but if that's what you want to do, you definitely need to get a VPN router for that. Also, keep in mind, if you use your PlayStation or Xbox to watch YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, all that stuff, you can't download a VPN on the PlayStation app. No, that's one of the things I don't like about PlayStation. You can't download a VPN application on it at all. So you're going to need a VPN router for that if you use your PlayStation for entertainment. So yeah, I think that covers everything for video games. Now, this is quick. I want to talk about how to listen to music here. Now, there's radio here, but there's no, V103 or Hot 107.9 or 95.5 The Beat. If you're from Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. We don't have that. For my Spotify people, Spotify works perfect here. You don't need a VPN for Spotify. Works good, works great. As a matter of fact, I don't even think there's ads here. Apple Music works fine, works great here. But if you have the Chinese account, then obviously you're not going to be able to listen to some stuff. For example, Uncle Money, me, I'm not on the Chinese account because my friend has Apple Music. He's like, yo, I can't find your music. I'm like, what you mean? My music is on everything. And then I go on his Apple Music and I can't find Uncle Money. So yeah, don't get the Chinese version because you can't listen to my music. But now if you got the Chinese version or just any version is fine. But make sure you get the American or whatever country you're from. It works. You don't need a VPN. There's also their stuff, QQ Music, Tencent Music works. Everything was on there. Not a problem at all. Pandora, which is something I still kind of use from time to time. I know I'm a dinosaur for using Pandora. You need to set your server to USA on the VPN because Pandora is strictly an American streaming music platform. Now, let's talk about books. So if you're a guy or girl that likes to read books, obviously you can get Amazon Kindle or whatever to download your stuff. Or if you like to collect physical copies of books, you can go on Taobao. There's plenty of books there. A lot of comic books there too, actually. A lot of comic books. Or if there's books that you can't get, maybe you want to go on Amazon. Amazon does ship here, but it's a little bit complicated. There's also a woman who I use personally. She actually prints out books. I mean, it's, I'm not gonna say it, but So she actually prints out books. So like if you want a book, you talk to her, you say, hey, you got this book? She says yes, you pay her, and she'll print you out the physical copy. It'll be here in a few days. As a matter of fact, here's a physical copy of my book. This is me. Well, I mean, the picture's not me, it's a stock photo, but this is my book that I wrote. And I got it from her, but I wrote it. So yeah, I think that covers everything. Video games, music, books, got this bad boy right here, yeah. But yeah, if you got any more questions, man, just leave it in the comment section. I'll get back with y'all on these questions, because maybe I've left stuff out. Let me double check, make sure. Yeah, video games, you can play them, just don't get a Chinese version. You can buy physical games, 95% of them are here, but some aren't. It's okay. But any physical game you buy, it's gonna work on your console, not a problem at all. You can get them online on the PlayStation Store, or you can pay for somebody like PlayStation people who sell stuff. You can get like a code from them, or you can get a code on Taobao. It's okay. UU or VPN router to stream your games, or Twitch it, or play online, or stuff like that. You can buy a bunch of modded consoles here, and PlayStation Portal works. Steam, I'm not sure. But thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, look at all my stuff in the description. I'm out.